As you can see, I've put the wheels that used to be on the Calypso on this car, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't think it was gonna look that good. That shit looks sexy. That looks so freaking good right there. But the back wheels are scrubbing on the emergency brake cable back here, which most of the time that's what happens. So we're gonna use a little spacer and probably zip tie these things up out of the way. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the skinnies on the front just because it looks so good in the back. There you go, guys. If you think it looks good now, just wait until we put the spacers on and it's gonna really look good. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Put you guys up in a time lapse and let's do some work. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's getting really late, so I'll probably come out tomorrow, pick back up with this video, and we'll do the front struts. But for right now, I'll go ahead and show you how it looks with the spacers on the back. I think that looks sick. So check it out, guys. That's it with the spacers. I think the spacers, like if you have rolled fenders, I think that's just the ticket right there. Check that out. That's just money. So got new shocks on the back. We got our spacers now. We shouldn't have any rubbing issues. Kind of killing about 3 birds with 1 stone here. I knew the new shocks would pick the car up a little bit, and let me show you why. I mean, these things are gone. Yeah. All right, we got that done. I'll go ahead and catch you guys tomorrow. We'll throw the struts on the front of this thing, and we'll go ahead and put our skinnies on. Get this thing all cleaned up. I may have to adjust on this stance a little bit because this thing's got to sit money now. It's got to sit right. And I don't know if it is or not. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, it's the next day. We're gonna go ahead and pop these new struts on. All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll be done in just a minute. Well, I'm sure you weren't able to see this, but see that? That would not even think about breaking the nuts loose on our strut. Now I know why nobody bothered to change them. They probably couldn't get them off. I'm gonna skip through all the details because this is probably gonna take me a while. I'm gonna go ahead and skip through this and see if I can't get this off, and I'll tell you guys how I did it, so that way maybe it can help you if you don't have a torch and like a really, really badass impact. Enough talking, let me go ahead and get back to work. All right, so quick tip of the day. I've run into this problem probably 3 times before, and it always works, and it doesn't seem like it will, but it does. Okay, so let's go over here on this. Typically, you would want to remove the nut first, right? That's usually the easiest thing to get off of something is the nut. Well, for some reason on struts, a lot of times it's easier to go around to the other side over here and take the bolt off first, or at least loosen it from there. The reason why is because I think this nut seizes up to the strut. So anyway, if you're having trouble with that, move around to the other side and try to take the bolt out first. I know it seems crazy, but it typically works. Ooh, this thing looks good. This looks way better than I ever thought. Like, I never even considered these wheels on this car. I'm about to show you the difference that set of wheels can make on a car. So let's go ahead and check that out now. Let's roll this thing out. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about clearance issues and things like that if you so choose to run these wheels. These are the SVE wheels from LMR, and I will tell you right now, they don't blow up with quad shocks. and you're gonna have to more than likely run a spacer on the back, a little thin spacer like I have here. If your car's not lowered, you can probably just throw them right on, but if you're lowered, probably need to roll your fenders and do all that other stuff. But anyway, guys, what do you think? I like it. This looks really good. It's a completely different look. It's not something I'd want to run all the time, but we are going to be doing some draggy testing with the car, so we're going to take it out and see how this thing runs in the 1/8 and maybe even a 1/4. I think that's going to wrap it up. There is one other thing that I want to show you. So I wanted to show you guys under the hood, because I did go ahead and put the Anderson power pipe on with an adapter for the stock throttle body. I just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way, get this thing on, make sure everything's going to work right with the mass air meter. At some point we will get our new throttle body, but right now everything is just kind of behind. But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and drive this thing, make sure that the tires don't rub, scrub, anything like that. But in the next video is when we're gonna take it out and do the draggy on it. And yes, guys, that is the actual name of the device, is draggy. I don't know why that pisses people off sometimes. Like, it's not drag. It is. It's called draggy. I just love the way this thing sounds. It sounds nasty. All right, well, I'm not gonna bore you all with another ride along with the car, but the biggest reason for taking you along for this particular drive along is I want to let you know, like, there's no scrubbing issues with these wheels or anything like that. Like, no issues whatsoever. As long as your front end alignment is correct, you should be good. As long as you're not too low in the back without rolling your fenders, and you run your spacers and you pull your emergency brake cable out of the way, like zip tied out of the way or tied up, you should be good to go. You shouldn't have any issues there. So I'll show you guys right here. So no issues turning. Listen, the car turns fine, no rubbing. Stay tuned for the next video where I'll show you how to do the AOD shuffle for those of you who don't know how to do it, and we'll also test the car out with the draggy and see how it runs. We'll go ahead and wrap this one up, and as always, thanks for watching. All right, for those of you that decided to stay, we'll go ahead and drive this thing back to the house, and we'll make one little hit